In today's video, we are going to discuss everything you need to know about breeding and caring for magical animals in wildflowers. Hello, my name is Coco. Welcome into my channel. I am a cozy gamer over here on YouTube, sharing a whole lot of cozy gaming news, reviews, and recommendations. And one of my favorite cozy games has to be Wildflowers. I honestly think it's the one that I've covered the most on this channel, the one I've recommended the most. It's one of those things that feels like a hidden gem, and once you play it, it's just like, holy moly, takes over your life. Is such a wonderful game to dip back into, and the developers have kept on adding more to it without any sort of additional payment, and it's just really wonderful. One of the things the developers has added is magical animals, and that is what we're going to talk all about today. I will be avoiding spoilers as much as possible, and maybe this in itself is a spoiler, but magical animals is something that's unlocked at the end of the story, and one of those things to look forward to in part of like the end game story. My sources are all linked below, including a really useful Reddit link that I probably recommend you checking out if you want information in a text form instead of going back to a video. So much useful stuff there, and I basically used that as my guide while I was playing the game. Alrighty, that is enough gibbering and jabbering. Let's get into these tips and tricks. The first thing I want everyone to do is to go and make friends with Arel. That is the green dude. Nice guy when you get to know him, look past the whole backwards feet thing. In case your animals fall sick, it's good to have a few cure animal sickness potions on standby, which requires a seaweed, a coconut, and Arel's hair to brew in the cauldron. They really look so glum when they're ill, and it breaks my heart to see them so sad while I run around looking for the ingredients and brewing potions, so having a few of these on standby really puts my mind at ease. During the main part of the game, you'll be able to buy chickens, cows, and sheep all from Marty, and they live in the regular barn and the regular coop. But once you've finished the game, you'll be able to unlock and complete a quest from Marty called the Menagerie Mix-Up, and once you complete that, you'll unlock plans for a large coop and a large barn. Once you get the large coop, you'll be able to buy ducks, and once you get the large barn, you'll be able to buy alpaca and pigs, all again from Marty. Magical animals, however, cannot be bought. They must all be bred at your farm, and there are definitely some hoops that you need to jump through in order to do so. The first thing you need to remember is that seasons really matter. Each animal has 3 or 4 magical color variants, and each of these correspond to a season. In spring, all the magical animals are born pink, and in fall, all of them will be born purple. But in summer and winter, there are a few different variants, including rainbow, which just looks so incredible. It's also important to stay in one season for an animal's entire pregnancy. If not, you will very likely end up with just a regular looking baby. Along with the amazing colors, these animals will also provide a different type of product. Magic cows all produce rainbow milk, magical pigs produce pig feathers and white truffles, magical sheep and alpacas both produce golden wool, and rainbow sheep and alpacas give rainbow wool. Magical chickens lay rainbow eggs, and magical ducks lay golden eggs. I know that's a lot to take in, but in short, most magical animals produce the same products regardless of their magical color. It's only sheep and alpaca that produce something different depending on if they have a rainbow coat or not. To get a magical animal in any season basically starts the same way, and that is by working out their favorite food. Once you find their favorite food, you then have to feed that animal their favorite food every day of their pregnancy. Unfortunately, you have to do this per animal. There isn't one favorite food for chickens or one favorite food for sheep, for example. Every single animal has their own favorite, but you can use the crystal ball to narrow this down. Annoyingly as well, the crystal ball doesn't narrow it the whole way down. It will simply tell you something like, this chicken's favorite food grows in the fall. And because there's a bit of a process to this, I wholeheartedly recommend making a note or something on your phone so that you are working smarter, not harder. When I started this process, I went to the crystal ball, which told me the animal's favorite food was grown in fall, for example, and once this happened, the next time I tried to give food to that animal, only fruit and veg grown in fall were highlighted as options. It does not, however, tell you if you've already tried a particular food, so I would write down the animal's name and then any items I'd given to them, so I wouldn't waste a day giving it to them again until I finally got it right, which usually only took a few days. When you give the favorite food to the animal, they will then sparkle, and for their journey into parenthood to commence, you have to give the barn animals a fertility potion that you can buy from Arel, and then they move themselves into the barn. If you continue to feed the animals their favorite food every day of the pregnancy and remain in the same season, they will give birth to a magical baby. Pregnancy takes 4 days for pigs, 7 for sheep and cows, and 8 for alpacas, so bear that in mind for making sure you've got enough of the right food. And that is basically it for how you can care for the magical animals. Yes, you can pet them every day, but that doesn't really seem to affect if they come out as a magical baby or not. It means that they'll like you, but as long as you feed them their favorite food every day, you should end up with a magical baby, and that color should correspond to the season you're in. I have just a few little tips that I figured I would put into this video, and then hopefully there is another huge tips video coming up soon. But for now, I will leave you with a few tips that are more to do with the animals. There is a quest you can unlock from Arel called Good Habitat, and if you complete this, you unlock a decorative, super cute hummingbird feeder. If you're like me and prefer easy plants that you don't have to water much, adding a cute hummingbird feeder to your game that literally does nothing except look great, you never have to worry about it, it's brilliant. Additionally, as you get more and more animals, you'll also benefit greatly from Feedy, the livestock whirligig. Or is it whirligig? No, gig, it's whirligig. Whirligigs are bought from Zephyr, and you'll need 15 copper ingots, 15 silver ingots, and 5 gold ingots to get it. Then of course you will need power gems to make them work. There is also a mining whirligig you can get, which should make the gem finding a little bit easier because they all bring stuff back from the mines. Lastly, you can also craft a feed mill later in the game, which means that you are not hand feeding your chickens and ducks every single day, although that is adorable to do. I know that I definitely forget about it once in a while, so getting a feed mill is definitely worth it. And that is it for this video. I really hope that you liked it. I hope that this is useful. I hope that you are loving Wylde Flowers and that you enjoy having so much fun with the end game, with all of Violet's outfits, with all of the different animals. It's really just such a lovely game just to hang out in, do your own thing, and then do as much story as you want. I just love it. Thank you so much for watching. If you did find this useful, you know what to do. Please subscribe if you would like more cozy gaming news, reviews, and recommendations. I wish you a lovely day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.